Hi, it's Kata, and here we celebrate all things fashion dolls. But today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm kicking off a no buy June. That means starting today, June 1st, I've challenged myself to buy no new dolls or doll related things for one entire month. I have a lot of dolls, way more than I ever imagined I'd own. At last count, I had around 250 dolls in my collection, and that was a year ago. I absolutely love my dolls, and my collection does tend to ebb and flow naturally as I bring in new releases, holy grail finds, and sometimes a lucky thrift store treasure. I do occasionally downsize too. I mean, that's all part of the hobby for me. But sometimes, instead of intentional collecting, it can slip into kind of a frenzied buying. That's why it's good for me to take a pause now and then, to step back, stop buying, and just appreciate the collection I have right now, as it is. So today we'll chat about the 3 main reasons why I'm doing a no buy June, and also I'm gonna show you some of the dolls that I brought home, got so excited about, and then immediately pushed them aside for the next new thing that captured my attention. Through all this, maybe you'll hear something that feels familiar or relatable to your own collecting journey. And just know I'm definitely not taking a break from posting videos this month. Nope, I'll still be here. I'm just shifting my focus to dolls I already own. You know what? For a video idea this month, maybe I'll have my husband secretly pick a few dolls from my own collection and then wrap them up and surprise me. Like a mystery unboxing, but it's all dolls I already have and love. That'd be kind of fun. Do you think that would be kind of fun? Ooh, what'd you pick out for me? This was in my collection? Also, I did a no buy June last year, and at the end of this video, I'll reveal how I did. So, why am I doing a no buy June? Well, here are some examples of how I've immediately replaced new dolls for newer dolls. I keep an inventory spreadsheet of all the doll purchases I've made since I began collecting in 2020, and looking at it, it is quite telling. This gorgeous girl is the 2000 Hollywood premiere Barbie. I mean, look at her. She looks like Marilyn Monroe. That's clearly the intention. Look at how beautiful this doll is. My spreadsheet notes that I got this doll on July 17th, 2024, which is 3 days before my birthday, right? And then later that week, I did a birthday haul video. My spreadsheet comment says this: I didn't feature this doll on my birthday haul video cause got it a few days earlier, forgot. How do you forget Marilyn? Forgot. Wow. You may remember that in January of 2025, the brand new Barbie Deluxe Midge variant was all the rage because she was a rare doll. You couldn't really find her in stores unless you got very lucky. I really wanted the Midge because I loved her stuffy face mold, but figured, now that wasn't going to happen for me. So to make myself feel better about it, I purchased a 2007 Birthstone Beauties Miss July on eBay because she too has that fabulous stuffy face mold that the Barbie Deluxe Midge had. And then I thought, oh, she'll suffice. I don't need the Midge. The very next day, husband came home with the Barbie Deluxe Midge. And look at her. Not only does she have a stuffy face, but she has freckles. Birthstone Beauties who? Totally pushed aside. In March 2025, I ended up getting the coveted Styled by Design Barbie number 3 by Bill Greening right before he was laid off from Mattel. I was delighted to get her, but I immediately thought of Totally Hair Barbie and how sort of similar they were from the different generations gone by. So right after that, I ended up getting Totally Hair Barbie, which I didn't previously have in my collection. And with the whole reverence that Styled by Design was getting, I ended up putting her on the top of my doll shelf. Look. Right there. Okay, I never put dolls up there. And I'm short, I don't like see things up here. So here's this fabulous, famous, beautiful doll, unboxed yet sitting untouched on top of a shelf. Clearly forgotten, clearly set aside. Seriously? Literally just a couple weeks later, I ended up getting a great vintage doll case full of Best Buy clothes, and it had a couple of vintage Barbies in it, a Malibu Barbie and this great 1973 Quick Curl Barbie. She's got one of my favorite face molds ever, the Twist and Turn or TNT face. A couple of weeks later, I did a video on TNT faced Barbies and didn't include her. Why? Because I forgot that I just got this doll. My only second toy show ever included a fabulous find from a seller who I just adore. She always has great Barbies. And she gave me a screaming deal on this gorgeous gold label Jazz Baby doll. A doll that I'd never seen before, and I was instantly drawn to her at this toy show. She's super articulated. She's got great movement. She came with like furniture, like a chair. Cute little jazz hat that I don't have on her right now. She can do all these really great dance moves. There's so much about her that I love. And because she's so articulated, I couldn't wait to set her up in scenes and do more with her. And then the 2024 12 Days of Christmas Barbie arrived. With all of her advent calendar glory, all of her little accessories, all of her little like diorama decor pieces, her different clothes, just so much to play with and do. Oh, it's so pretty! Jazz Baby hasn't been looked at twice since. Aww. And then something just happened, like today. While I was just pulling out these dolls to feature in this video, I found these. These are two silkstone dolls that I haven't mentioned in any of my recent haul videos because I forgot I even had them.
What?
Silkstones. The f***? That is a huge sign right there. Huge. If this is not the biggest indicator of, whoa, slow the heckins down. These right here, while I was making this video. So those are just a few examples from like the past year. Am I sensing a theme here? Yeah, I realize I forget about dolls that I have all the time. Or at least I forget the excitement and the appeal of getting them in the first place. And that's exactly why I realized that it's time for a no-buy month for me. Because when I look at these patterns, I see three big reasons why taking a break from buying is the right move for me today. First, I want to pause the cycle of immediate buying. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, creates this frenzied emotional rush, making me jump on the next release, even if my heart isn't fully into it. It's that feeling of, if I don't grab it right now, I'll regret it when I can't get it later. But the truth is, when I buy too fast, I don't always stop to ask myself, do I really want this? Or am I just swept up in the buzz of something new or limited? Taking this break is a chance for me to slow down and recognize why I collect in the first place. To make sure that every doll on my shelf feels meaningful. To bring home dolls that genuinely make me happy, not just fill up space. I want to look at my collection and feel joy, not overwhelm, knowing that each doll I've chosen here is here for a reason and is a reflection of what I truly love about dolls. Like you. By the way, I certainly don't regret Nostalgia by Design number 3 here. Time to come down off that top shelf. The second reason? My budget could definitely use a breather. Let's be honest, doll collecting is fun and addicting, and it adds up fast. A little break gives my wallet some room to breathe, and it makes me more thoughtful about future purchases. I've passed on some fabulous new releases lately, but it almost makes me as equally happy and feels like a mini victory when I get my bank statement and there's not like a string of doll orders on it. Plus, then it makes me feel better when I splurge a little more later for a special doll that I truly can't pass up. And finally, the third reason, This is a chance to really reconnect with the dolls that I already have. I have added so many wonderful dolls to my collection, but sometimes they barely get any time in the spotlight before something new comes in and grabs my attention. These dolls are here now. They are beautiful and they deserve some love. So this month is about admiring my dolls individually and reminding myself why I brought them into my life in the first place. I want to spend some time truly appreciating what I already have. So those are my reasons. That is why I've challenged myself to spend no money on dolls or doll things for the entire month of June, and maybe even to see how much longer it goes after that. Now, here's the thing. There's always the thing. Will I make any exceptions, you ask? Honestly, probably not. Unless there's one pipe dream out there that I haven't even heard anything about. I don't even know if it exists or if it's going to exist, but it would be my luck that the thing that I'm thinking of is released during my no-buy month. And that is any fabulous Halloween-themed Barbie. And I'm not just talking about, their cute little happy Halloween playline dolls that they come out with, like, every year during Halloween, which, isn't for several months, so I wouldn't need to worry about that anyway. But I'm talking about something amazing, like maybe the 12 Days of Halloween Barbie. I'm just putting that out there in the universe because I want that so bad. Hear me, Mattel. Hear me, anybody else who makes fashion dolls, please come out with an amazing Halloween-themed doll. Because I can't afford any of the ones that currently exist, like the Haunted Beauty doll line. Maybe they could reproduce those. I'm just saying that if anything like that comes out during the month of June, I will not hesitate to buy that shit.
Yeah.
Today. Right now. Take my money. And speaking of the 12 days of ... theme, if you've been following my channel, you know that I am a huge fan of those 12 days of Christmas Barbies, the 12 days of spring Barbies. I can't imagine the 2025 12 days of Christmas Barbie would be coming out in June. But if it does, yeah, I probably won't pass that up. And if there's a second 12 days of spring Barbie, I won't pass that up either. But then again, here's something to consider, because that is falling back into my frenzied mentality of FOMO. When, if you look on the Mattel website right now, as of June 2025 at least, that 12 Days of Spring Barbie is still available and has been for over a year. Could I just wait? Yes. This is all a big what if. I don't anticipate any of those types of dolls coming out for 1 month, but I'm just saying that if they do, I will break my no by June for those. Is there anything else that might make me break my no by June, you ask? Well, there was last year. Spoiler alert, I didn't make it all month, but I almost did. Here's what happened. So one of my favorite doll series is the Barbie Fashion Model Collection, or BFMC silkstone series. Now that hadn't been produced since 2020, and in 2024, I was doing a no by June. And wouldn't you know it, for the first time in 4+ years, Mattel decided to release a brand new BFMC silkstone doll during my no buy month. It's only my favorite doll series ever, and I had to jump on that for the 2024 BFMC Blue Sapphire. And then, right at the same time on June 30th, one of my favorite doll sellers, the one that I mentioned before, texted me out of the blue and said, hey, there's an opportunity for me to drop off a silkstone that you were eyeing at the toy show back in November on June 30th. Would you be interested in buying this doll? And I said yes. So 2 silkstones broke my no by June last year. Turns out the BFMC silkstone series is continuing. In fact, I think this doll is still for sale on Mattel's website right now, a year later. So I could have waited, but I didn't know that. FOMO! I did, however, pass on the next 2 BFMC releases. So I know you're saying, okay, Kata, then if another BFMC comes out in June, are you going to buy that? I'm not really feeling it for the newer ones. And there's still a whole ton of pre-2020 BFMC silkstone Barbies that I've got on my wish list. Gorgeous ones that I already know what they look like. They're out there in the secondhand market. They're not cheap, but I know I can wait to buy them if I want in the future. I can honor my no by June without jumping to buy a pre-existing doll that lives on eBay, unless someone's selling it for a buy it now price of like $5. But I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, if that does happen, like seriously, you guys should go buy it because that is a smoking deal. And speaking of, one last kind of loose rule, guidelines more like, gifts don't count. So if somebody comes to me, like my friend Gina, who often has dolls from estate sales that she shops at, if she says, hey, Kata, would you like these Barbies right now for free? I'm not spending any money on them. So I'm still like honoring my no by June. But another thing is that my birthday is in July. So I think it'd make me feel better for optics if folks just held on to any potential doll gifts for my birthday next month. Collector FOMO is real, especially with so many new exciting releases out there. But here's the thing. It's okay to not own everything. And I'm speaking for myself. Some dolls just aren't the right fit, or maybe they'll pop up later on sale, or even secondhand. I want to remind myself, and maybe remind you too, if you're feeling this. It's okay to pause. So that's my plan for No by June. If you plan to join me, even if it's just for a week or 2, let me know in the comments, and we'll do this together. Or tell me which dolls in your collection maybe need a little bit more love and attention because you've pushed them aside for something else. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you shortly. Bye!